Hi, my name is Andreas. I'm the Director of Audiology at Hearing Solutions. And one of the questions I get presented with frequently is Q-tips. Earwax is a fun topic because people are grossed out by earwax. And so many people just want to do everything they can to manage it. And they are putting stuff in their ears to try and deal with their earwax. And so Q-tips are a common one. Unfortunately, as audiologists, we're often telling people that they're being bad and they're not supposed to be putting Q-tips in their ears. And the funny thing for me is if you look at a box of Q-tips and you read the label actually says that you're not supposed to be putting them in your ears. So beyond the label recommendation, the reasons we're not supposed to be putting Q-tips in our ears are actually quite good at taking care of themselves. The eardrum and the tissue from the eardrum kind of migrates outwards a little bit like a conveyor belt. It's a super slow conveyor belt, but it works pretty well and it moves dirt and debris and dust and wax and anything that doesn't belong in your ear gradually outwards to a point where we can get it out there with a cloth, when you're taking a shower. And that's usually, for the vast majority of people, more than sufficient to manage whatever wax is building up in the ear. And the wax is supposed to be there. It's there to help prevent infections. It's there to help collect dust and dirt and debris. It's there to keep things like insects from wanting to go in there. So it serves a valuable function. And the risk of putting a Q-tip in your ear isn't worth disrupting that pathway, because when we put a Q-tip in there, we actually work the opposite to the direction of the conveyor belt. And so we're often jamming wax deeper in there. You'll get a little bit out and you'll feel super good about yourself, but you won't realize that you've jammed some of the wax deeper in, and you can actually cause a traffic jam in there, which we don't want to do. Then the other risk is that you can cause trauma. The tissue in there is quite fragile. So you can damage the tissue in your eardrum. You can cause an infection. You can puncture your eardrum or disrupt the articular bone chain back there. And there are some horror stories of even worse things that can happen. So it's really not worth the risk of putting anything in your ear if you can avoid it. Just let the ear take care of itself. And if you're really concerned that there's a blockage, come into the clinic. We typically have video otoscopes, and we can even show you what's going on in there, and then you can feel good about yourself.